As we approach 300 episodes, the song that has become your staple for Tuesday nights with Fire Cannot Burn, St. Ricketts. www.sricketts.com. Once again, as I said, we're at episode 291, and this has been the anthem. It's been the theme. The Tuesday Night Live and 100% live episode of The You Show. Thank you, fellas. You. I am Jeff the Shark Perini. Do not panic if you're in the audience. Jewel Tatey will be with us shortly. Our superstar softball girl, Joey, had a road game. She will be home soon. And with that, she will join us. Just looking at some cool pictures from a man, John Simons, from new speakers for Key Concert Series. After the last one. Kinsey King in the house. Yo, yo, and yo. The fantastic new t-shirt. New music coming. Kinsey in the house. Bringing you some good stuff. We are here live, of course. Jeff the Shark Perini, another Tuesday night of the Yo Show. And what a great one we have. Spoke to this fella a while back. Was turned on to him by a friend of mine. Jen Himes in the house. Always good to see you. Many highs. Hello. Thank you. Yeah, quite a while back, a friend of mine who lived up in the York, PA, Red Line, PA area said, I got a guy who's perfect for your show. Great musician, great artist. And I listened to stuff and I thought it was cool. And we tried to get it together, and it took a while, and then he wanted to create new stuff. So, like always, I said, we're patient. We got you whenever you're ready. And tonight, he's ready. Coming up around 8:30, Ronnie On Saturn, Mr. Ronnie Shenk is our very special guest. On Saturn sounds safe. Safer than those sometimes. But hey, Ronnie will be with us around 8:30. Ange Burke in the house, hello, and thank you again for tuning in. We're going to have a great show with Ronnie around 8:30 tonight. We're going to play one of his songs when we get in. When Jewel gets here, top 5 list. I love Ronnie. I love Ronnie. Cool guy. Good dude. Smart. Knows all about the business. We'll go on about him when he gets here. Until then, we're going to play his new one, Stay Here, shortly. And a couple others from Ronnie On Saturn. While we wait for Jewel, I don't know how long she's going to be, and we have a top 5 list, and I don't like doing those without her, because she likes those, not a problem. So what we will do is give you a little update. Let's do a little sports update that we love to do around here very quickly. Our Philadelphia Phillies in action tonight against the Toronto Blue Jays. In the bottom of the 4th, your first place Phillies are up 8-0. 8-0. Bryce Harper with a home run. Cody Clemens with a home run. Also a couple of hits and some RBIs. Big night. Looks like Harper's was a grand slam. So big night for the Phils as they continue on their journey to stay in first place. National League East currently the best record in baseball. Is that correct? Of course it is. Our Phillies. But again, this is the Yo Show. Ronnie On Saturn will be with us shortly. We do it every Tuesday and Wednesday night. We have a program tomorrow night as well. We're not going local. We're going national a little bit. Tomorrow night, Yo 2.0, our Wednesday night program, will feature guest co-host Vividly Vixen back in the hot seat, and the band Tisk Task, a New England band who we kind of found last week or 2 weeks ago. We had Twig on our program 2 weeks ago with Twig. So that's tomorrow night. 8 p.m. live. Vividly Vixen, our awesome guest co-host. Tisk Task is the guest. So like I said, tonight it is Ronnie On Saturn, and we talked about them Phillies. Red hot. First place. Another big offensive output so far tonight. That's what everybody's been hoping for. Everybody thinks that we can pitch. We need to hit. Here come the hits. I've gotten so geeked I even broke down and bought a City Connect. I was going to mess around and wear it tonight, but it's always the red. But I jumped on the City Connect bandwagon because I love the hat. I know the verdict is I hate the uniform. I get it. I love the hat, the City Connect. It's got the Philly in the back instead of the MLB logo because that had to be fitted. I like the flex fit. So, like this, so we can wrap around my fat head. Yeah, City Connect. Phillies. Red hot. Well, it's that time again. Yo from the Northland, JD Wolf in the house. JD, welcome. Thanks for tuning in again. A little something different tonight. Ronnie, a little more pop and dance type music, but good stuff. Real good stuff. He's a great artist. Last week, of course, we did Tuesday and Wednesday. And I can't thank the past guests enough from the last week. Last Tuesday night, we rocked out with Archist, brand new band. Not a brand new band that's been around for a while, but recently new to us. And they came out and were great. Archist, that was on Tuesday. Wednesday night, we had a fun time as well. The band Crooked Ways was here, and Mandy Magic was my guest co-host. She was very cool. No, not so much disco. A little more dance, a little bit pop, electronic kind of stuff. Really good. I like it. I've been waiting for a while for this dude, and he'll be around 8:30. Like I said, thank you last week, of course, to Archist and Crooked Ways. Of course, Mandy Magic for guest co-hosting. We're lining up on 300. We got some stuff to announce about who's coming up. 300, we're planning. We don't know what's going to happen. Maybe a dual show, maybe something here and something on the road. We have no idea, but all I know is 300 episodes coming this July. How about that? She'll be here shortly. Little Miss Joey had a road game. Said she's moving as quick as she can. We will see Jewel soon because all the people just jumped out of the room as soon as I posted that. She'll be here. Let's play some music right away for Jewel. I said Ronnie On Saturn is our guest tonight. And this is his brand new one, Stay Here. Jewel's going to be mad at me for playing it, but I don't know what to do. Top 5 list when she's not here. Play music when she's not here. I don't want to get deep into the topics and mess them up. So let's do music. Tonight's guest, Ronnie On Saturn, to be here around 8:30. This is his brand new one, Stay Here. Check it out live Tuesday night. The Yo Show.
Darkness takes over, can't sleep no longer. Now that you're gone, I'm just gonna sing this song for the whole world to
Sorry about that. Ha. Definitely some cool images, like J.D. Wolf said. Love the images indeed. Ronnie on Saturn, his brand new tune is Stay Here. It's a goodie. He'll be with us around 8:30 tonight. Waiting on Jewel Tavy, who'll be here shortly as well. Our co-host is with The Mostest. Love it indeed. A lot of fun. Definitely different. The song is awesome. Very unique and fun. And he's a creative guy. Very smart. Can't wait to talk to him. Speaking of local artists, local bands, and local things, it's coming up this Saturday. Got faster than I can imagine. It is the Key Concert Series Volume 4, if you will. And let me slap the banner up here for you all. Here it is. Coming up, Key Concert Series number 4, May 11th at the Fuge, Warminster, Pennsylvania. Falcon Circle, Warminster, PA, connected to Tranquility Brewing. An awesome lineup and reduced ticket prices, $15 online, just $20 at the door. A $5 discount for everybody out there. May 11th, this Saturday, of course, we rock out with Burden of Guilt. Who's been on our program a few times. Sacred Monsters. The young and exciting band Who's in the Room. And the awesome dudes also on this program in the past, the awesome rock band Steal the Night. Tickets online right now, $15, keyconcertseries.ticketleap.com. It's one of the great projects we do here as part of the Yo Show, the local music scene, along with SRR Promotions and the Fuge, Tranquility Brewing. Come check us out. Buy a ticket. Come see what the local music scene is looking like and what it's doing, because it's fantastic. Great bands. We have them here all the time. The June lineup is shaping up already. We're going to be there probably at least through the summer. So why not come check it out? Again, the Fuge. This Saturday, May 11th, Burden of Guilt, Sacred Monsters, Who's in the Room, and Steal the Night, the Key Concert Series, come to you live. It is the future of music today. Thank you. Whew. Jason, thank God for another day in my life. My birthday is tomorrow. How about that? And why not? Tomorrow night, come on the show. You can see Tisk Tisk Task and Vividly Vixen. We will get Viv to wish you a happy birthday. Freedom King Films Triple Rail Turn at Legends, May 11th. There's a little something for you. Take a little advertisement. Why not? Jump on here, man. Tell us what you're all about. Freedom King Films, that's a YouTuber. Triple Rail Turn at Legends, May 11th. Of course, if you're in the area, Key Concert Series, May 11th. That's for the people in Bucks, Montgomery, Philadelphia area. Come on down. Check out the great music that PA is producing. We're bringing it strong, too. And why not? Because it's so darn good. I'm looking forward to that. Another thing I do have to do for our good friends over at Kisses for Kyle, the awesome charity, of course, that helps children with cancer, etc. And it is Stewie's Stand in Percy, Kisses for Kyle charity. It is an amazing plant sale on May 18th and 19th from 8 to 7, 210 West Route 313 in Percy, PA. All proceeds will go to Kisses for Kyle. Buy a plant, get a donation for the great kids. My wife and I did one of their toy runs a couple years ago. There are some great kids, some great families. They definitely deserve it. Come check it out. There's the banner. I'll post it again on my page. Of course, 8 to 7, Stewie Stand in Percy and Kisses for Kyle charity. There's a plant sale May 18th and 19th from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Percy, Pennsylvania. Trying to get some things together. Maybe some food and drink. We talked about music, although it's a little tough because it's outdoors. But anyway, don't worry about that. Donate to a great charity. Kisses for Kyle. Definitely some youngsters that deserve our love and attention. J.D. Wolf tells me my beard looks amazing, and why wouldn't it? Because tonight we are lined up once again. Smooth that with our good friends from the Moist Collective. Now remember, Father's Day is coming up, so let's get some great gifts for Dad if he sports a beard, or the husband if he sports a beard. Anybody that sports a beard, check out the Moist Collective right now. www.rumoist.com. Right now, use the code YOSHOW20, get 20% off beard butter, beard oil, beard wash, and some great merchandise. Locally made, fresh smelling product. www.rumoist.com. The Moist Collective Beard Care Products. Remember, Father's Day is coming up. Why not use the code YOSHOW20? Get 20% off your order, and shipping is available throughout the United States. I'm running out of breath, but I am not done. I missed the happy hour podcast myself. A shout out to Ray Chase. And yes, it is, of course, National Nurses Week, and a massive shout out to my wife, Cassie, who's, a little under the weather tonight. Cassie's hopefully watching upstairs, but getting some rest. Happy National Nurses Week to all you amazing ladies, because it is a difficult job. It takes the smartest and the hardest working ladies out there, and men. There are great men nurses. I've had many good male nurses as well. You do an amazing job, and we, of course, salute you out here at the Yo Show. People out there do as well. National Nurses Week, we thank you. It's also National Teachers Week, which my good friend Adam Kovitz, of course, from Sour Station reminded me. So to the teachers and the nurses, to the people that do some of the hardest, most unsung jobs out there. Whew. Happening National Nurses Week and Teachers Week. Everybody's looking for Jewel. I feel so useless. Jewel will be here. I don't have an exact time frame. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get a time frame and bother the crap out of her while she's driving. Since everybody's here for Jewel. I don't blame you. I'm here for Jewel also. Actually, I'm here for Ronnie and Jewel. It's my two-headed sword. So JD Wolf says he's hungry for cookies. Not a problem, because I like the drop-ins tonight, my friend. Why not check out Sweets by Rye, our good friend Jewel, her family, of course, Sweets by Rye on Instagram. You can follow it and place the order right there for some awesome cookies, chocolate chip and peanut butter, and homemade, locally made with love. Make sure you check them out. Sweets by Rye on Instagram. Go click it, follow it, and order yourself some fantastic cookies, because JD Wolf will be later. Much love, dude. I love it. As I said, we are waiting for Ronnie. Should be with us shortly. Waiting for Jewel, who, when I asked her time frame, just sent me a picture of a middle finger. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. Speaking of God, yeah, I hate to say, speaking of middle finger, and there's something I want to touch on when Jewel got here, but I'm going to start off anyway. And that was the love-hate thing that went on a couple nights ago, which was the Tom Brady roast on Netflix. Because this thing has got people all over the board. Some people loved it. Some people hated it. Some people thought it was good. Kind of a tough call for me. Yeah, I'm number one to her. You know it. But the Brady roast, I mean, no one's Tom Brady. Sports thing's kind of different from the roasting world. Apparently not. They had a great time. Of course, Kevin Hart was the host, and Jeff Ross was there as always, and Nikki Glazer, the usual roasting gang, along with some teammates, Julian Edelman, Gronkowski, Randy Moss. Coach Belichick was there. I don't want to tell you who came out in the end in case you haven't seen it. There's some surprises. But man, my God, in living in a society right now where everything is under a magnifying glass and people get offended easily, I'm shocked at the way the roast just is allowed to say pretty much whatever. The references to Tom's ex-wife Giselle were brutal, absolutely brutal, and they were coming all night long. And of course, she came out today and said that she didn't find it very tasteful. It's her family, it's her children involved, and of course, she didn't like it. And it's hard. You watch, and as cutting edge is supposed to be, you see and hear a lot of people apologizing after every joke. They say a joke and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For me, it's happened a lot through the night. I'm like, look, dude knows why he's here. Really, you can't come out all night and keep apologizing for the jokes. But, so much Giselle, so much brain stuff about Gronkowski. A lot of people, Gronkowski's stupid this and Gronkowski's. It really got hard to watch. And then when it was his turn on stage, they're asking him if he knows how to read the teleprompter, and short jokes on Kevin Hart. And Brady, of course, ripped on Philly a little bit. Has some things to say about us Philly people, but it's okay. just shake Nick Foles' hand. Somebody said they were disappointed Nick Foles wasn't there. I was. I would love to have had him there since he kind of owns you, Mr. Brady, in that last Super Bowl that we played. Deflategate was big also. Don't forget Deflate. They mentioned Deflategate hundreds of times, and every time they would pan over to Belichick and he's just there with kind of a smirk, almost as if to say, okay, can we drop it? But it got brought up a lot of times. Remember, like somebody said that Kevin Hart looked like a deflated football. Yeah, there was some good stuff. And again, I don't want to bash it. It's a roast. That's what roasts are. They're about being funny. Jewel's still going to be a little bit. She's on her way home. She's rushing. She's sorry. And Ronnie's getting settled in. We're going to have him out here in a few minutes because we're going to talk all about this great music. But again, if you want to take a shot at it, it's on Netflix. It's the Tom Brady roast. I'm not going to tell you all the surprises you're going to see. Oh, yeah. Robert Kraft with massage parlors. There's a lot of the same stinging jokes going on and on and on. A lot of people said, hey, Belichick's here. Of course he is. Where else would he be? He doesn't have a job. There was... Now I'm finding it funnier as I'm re-saying it, but watch it yourself if you want to. Not now. Now you got to stay here. After the show. After the show, you got to download all Ronnie's music and then follow him on and subscribe to his YouTube. Then you can go watch this on Netflix. So watch that. Get your priorities straight. When you're here on the Yo Show, we do keep our priorities straight. Show and guest, then all the guest stuff and sites, then whatever the heck you want to do. But for the next, let's see, we ended 10. Next hour and a half, another hour and a half to get through a couple of Ronnie's things, 2 hours. Your hours like the next 3.5 hours. We own you. It's the mental contract when you come watch this show. I brainwash and I own you. And why not? Because we have a lot of great acts, whether they're Pennsylvania, whether they're national, whether they're artists or authors or actors, actresses, musicians. We've done a lot of musicians lately, and why not? We love the PA sound. We love promoting local acts all over the place, Central PA and Bucks County, Montgomery County, Philadelphia, anywhere. We love it. And even trying to put together friends and their sons with other bands, like, hey, how about you guys link up and be a singer here or a guitar player here, etc. We really enjoy that. It means a lot to us, and Key Concert Series means a lot to Fuse is liking what we're doing, and hopefully you do too, and buy some tickets to all these shows. Come out to PA. There's a lot of great venues. Some that hold hundreds, some that hold thousands, some that might hold 50. Get out there. It doesn't matter. Because sometimes the smaller the venue, the cooler the show. Just my opinion. Whew. All right, let's do it. Let's get our guest out here. Jewel is on her way, but I'm getting excited. And nothing worse than sitting in our virtual green room and listening to me talk, because I work on my own nerves after a while. So let's bring everybody out for the moment they waited for. Our guest tonight is a terrific singer and songwriter. And as I said, I met him a while back, talked about getting him on the show. So let me get some stuff out of the way, some new projects, and we'll link it up. And he's got a great one out right now, as we just played here, the song Stay Here. Let's bring out from the band Ronnie On Saturn, it's Ronnie Shenk. Ronnie, good evening.
Good evening, Jeff. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you good. I definitely can. I'm going to start right off by telling you how much I love some of that blacklight stuff in the background. Love it.
That's the main thing I collect is blacklight stuff. So
I'm with you.
I appreciate that.
I'm with you, and it's a shame I have a Angie's been waiting for you all this time. She's excited to see you. I've got because I obviously this huge collection of Funko Pops, and they got a blacklight collection, and it's over there. So my buddy bought me a lighted box. Right here. To put them in. There you go. Awesome. Oh my God.
All the black ones.
I'm a box guy though, and shame on me because you can't do as much with them. But I'm a box guy.
No, I don't blame you. It keeps them protected. It does.
It does, and but some people are like, yeah, don't you want to just kind of have it? And yeah, like I got loose ones, and of course Blacklight, Daredevil, of course. And
there you go.
There's new movies coming out, but a neat little like blacklight box where they kind of shine through. It just doesn't look good on camera, so. But very cool. And I noticed you got, I think it's Doctor Strange in the corner over your shoulder.
Yeah. We got Doctor Strange up there. We got Magneto, Batman, pretty much all the Avengers. I even got some killer clowns from outer space.
Nice.
Got them guys, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Definitely cool. And the reason why I bring it on is your biggest fan, of course, in the house. The reason why I bring that up is a matter of your style. It's like I said, Ronnie On Saturn, kind of outer space, almost like a Euphoria land. I kind of call it in my notes. Describe to me the invention of Ronnie On Saturn and what the band means to you through it all. What does the band name mean?
So a lot of it ties into interests of mine. I'm a big space buff. I do like to learn about all that kind of stuff, but also kind of like the blacklight neon cyberpunk type of thing has always been an interest of mine. So it was kind of one of those things, I stumbled around with the idea of calling us Ronnie Lee. And I was like, that's a little, I didn't really want to run with that, first and middle name. But then I was like, the Saturn aspect, and I thought about some of the branding ideas that we could do with it.
Sure.
And unique things that we could do with a name like that. And it's worked out very well. A lot of times I'll get messages, people just send me Saturn stuff all the time, and it's cool when people see anything Saturn that they think of, the band and what we're doing. So that's kind of how it started. It took about a month to figure out the name, what we were going to go with. But yeah, that's kind of how it started. And then it became a big branding thing. That's why I got really excited about it, because of what we could do.
Sure, and Saturn was always my favorite planet. It's very interesting. It's got a great design. The rings, of course, makes it stand out. And I like how you said, like, you use it as a name, and every time people think of Saturn, of course, they think of you. That's kind of why I went with the Jeff the Shark thing, and I got the little shark. And a lot of people say shark, and they call me it when they come out, and they kind of know it. So that's genius on your end. Just a brilliant marketing scheme.
Thank you.
Plan, not scheme. Let's not say scheme.
Yeah.
Marketing plan.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
Right,
no, thank
scheme
you. I
is-
appreciate that.
Sure.
You got to do that stuff too in music. It's so competitive out there right now. Like, everybody and their brother and sister are out there trying to,
Sure.
make it in music. And it's one of those things. You got to find different ways to stand out, ways to get people to remember you. And, the product, the music is only part of the equation.
Sure.
It's a big part, but it's only part of the equation. So branding is very important, networking, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that was one of the main reasons I was really excited about the Saturn thing. And it helps when we do set design and stuff. I'm like out there shopping around for stuff that I like for myself. So
Sure.
yeah, it's cool.
And I noticed even with the look. I mean, the look is cool with the glitter, the jacket, and the shirt, and it's very little space age, a little groovy, cool. I dig it a lot. Obi and Christopher, hey guys, how you doing? We're doing great. Thank you for
Doing great.
tuning into the program. But yeah, the branding thing, of course, is terrific. We played the single "Stay Here." I love it. Think it's great. I listened to it. I was off today, so probably listened maybe 20 times, which I normally do. I get it in my soul. Describe number one, the success of it and what it's all about.
So Stay Here. I just had a very deep conversation about how this song was written. So I'll start with that.
Terrific.
Stay Here was written mainly about my great grandmother. She is 101 years old right now.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yep. She's doing great too. Yeah. Her eyesight's the only thing that's kind of going and stuff right now. But like, it's outside of that, she's very healthy. But when I was working on this project, one of the things that, I really wanted to do with the music and go above and beyond and really kick it into high gear right off the bat, a lot of it was because of her. I wanted her to see me in music, because she constantly, would hear about me talking about it, or family members talking about it, different things like that. So it was something, for her. I just had to dedicate a song to her at this point in her life. So lyrically, it's basically about staying here and, two people kind of separating in a sense. And you can look at it as a love song, the romance aspect. But if you look at it from that lens of, the inevitable that does eventually happen, it kind of, in a sense, is a tribute to her life, her legacy, her always supporting me, and me always basically being able to tell her you're always going to be here with me, so that's how that started.
It's beautiful because a lot of times you hear artists and regular people say, if I can only said one more thing or only had done this one last thing. So
Yeah.
no matter what, in the end, you got out this terrific message and tribute. Congratulations on that because that's massive. And I'm sure deep inside it took a lot out of you. It's like, I have to do this. And here it
Right.
is. And you're sharing it with all of us, which is also pretty big. And I thank you for that. You're sharing some of your deepest emotions and thoughts on music and putting it out for all of us to kind of experience that. Do you notice and do you get messages from people that say, your song moved me that much, I think of XYZ thanks to you and your music, besides Saturn?
No, yeah, we do get that a lot, quite frequently, actually, and a lot of times it does motivate, friends and things like that, like just people who follow the music and stumbled across us because of the music. They will reach out and, say, hey, you motivated me, take a shot with an inspiration that I have, like a dream that I have. And that's really cool. And, for example, we just had somebody reach out to us and say, I've been wanting to stream forever, but just have not had the courage to do it yet. And, everything, he's been seeing from us is motivated him to do that. And now he's doing very well with the streaming stuff, after, a couple months, which is really cool to see. But that's what my goal has always been with the music, is to inspire. It's one thing, I do want to do it for myself. I love music.
Sure.
It's who I am. I tried to go different paths early on in my life, but it always led me back here. It always led me back here. But I think the reason it led me back here because I knew with the platform that music gives me, entertainment in general, I have acting experience, different things like that. It gives me the ability to really provide change in the world and the people who see, our live shows and our products. So, yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great
cool.
answer. It's a great answer, and I knew coming in. I even said it briefly before you came out here that you have a great intelligence about the music and the marketing, as you said, as well as just creating the sound, and that's one of the great things that impresses us. You mentioned a lot of competition. Pennsylvania, of course, is a terrific place for music. What do you notice? Do you notice more community in Pennsylvania, or is it a very competitive market? How does it feel to you?
Before I really got deep into this project, I always thought it was very competitive. But one thing I wanted to do once we got into it, and keep in mind, I was never in a band before or anything like that. I'm an avid karaoke singer. I go out to karaoke all the time. So that's where, I kind of shape myself as like a performer and an entertainer on a music sense. But once I got in with Ronnie on Saturn and starting messaging, some of these other artists that are local, pushing through the weeds, trying to grow, trying to get a name for themselves, I started to realize that, especially here in Lancaster County, York County, Dauphin County, there's a really big opportunity, I think, for artists to kind of come together and be unified. Listen, we all want our projects to do well, but when it comes down to it, the fastest way to grow is by having people who are supporting you. And a lot of times that is the people in the industry, your peers. You're not always going to have that, to be real. You're just not always going to have it.
Sure.
But the goal is to try and be that person for somebody else, because a lot of times people will return the favor. So that's one thing I think the music industry needs right now. I will say in Pennsylvania, it does seem like it is much more collaborative rather than competitive, which is really good, but you can never get enough of that, So I think with like live shows, a lot of times I hear artists say it's difficult to get booked for shows and stuff. And it definitely is, when you're just starting out, it is difficult.
Yes.
But like one approach we took is, we're going to find a venue. We're going to take care of all the booking. We're going to take care of the show itself. We're basically going to run this event, and we're going to bring on all of these people who never had an opportunity, to really showcase themselves in front of a couple hundred people, and they get excited about it. They bring their fans out, and it creates a big sense of community at those types of shows, which is just, it's a beautiful thing to see with what we had the opportunity to do last year.
I agree with that 100%. It's part of what we do here. We latched on with the team from SRR Promotions and do the Key Concert Series. You do a show once a month with 4 bands at the Fuge, and they come out, they bring their friends, and some of them are already comrades of each other, so they hang out, they chat. Their fans become each other's fans, and it's really
amazing.
Great. It is, and that's the key. And the key is, Ronnie, I'm sure you know, being in the industry, and no disrespect to anybody, but if your band's on the bill, stay and watch the other bands. And have your fans hang out, watch the other bands.
Yes, please do. And just honestly, as a fan of music, when I go to shows, I don't know how many times I've went, to see an opener that was really early on in the set. And I go to a lot of festivals too, so you get that a lot where you're there all day, but you really want to see somebody at 2 p.m. If you just stay at that stage, after 2 p.m., that set's done, you're going to find another artist that you're like, whoa,
yes,
I wish I would have knew about this artist sooner. I would have been 10 times more excited to see this artist. But yeah, definitely. If you're coming out, you already bought your ticket. That's also the thing. You already bought your ticket. Stay out there, have a good time. Look at it from the sense of you're supporting other people's art. Might not be your cup of tea all the time, but hey, at least catch a couple songs, be there to support, the other artists and stuff like that. And you might make some friends anyway. So yeah, there's a lot of benefits to it. I do think that is something, people should do more of. And a lot of people I think do to a degree, but I think it's very important within this industry right now is it's hard to get booked for shows.
Sure.
And we as performers love nothing more than having one extra person in that crowd. Like just one extra person just makes you just feel so good. And when it all adds up and you get a big crowd, it's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling to get to perform in front of people and watch everybody have a good time. And if you stay, you could be that person having a good time.
I agree. It's so fantastically said. You say the words that I say, not in an angry way. It's, I get how people come and go and etc. And I'm not saying like 10 or 20 or even $30. Not saying it's a lot of money, but if I pay it, why do I want to stay for an hour and go run back in my car? I want to stick around, have a beer, learn new music. I want to hang out. I don't get the running, man. It doesn't.
Yeah, no. And even if you don't feel like socializing, I always tell people, I say, go find a corner. There's a corner where you can watch the show, go sit over there. Nobody will bother you most times, and, just kick back, watch a couple songs or a couple sets, whatever. And, then once you're ready, then you can go, obviously, make sure you're having a good time, but you'd be surprised just by staying a little bit longer. You kind of start to get in the groove of things.
Yeah. And a lot of times I find myself, seeing new bands, and when they walk off, a lot of them will come right after the crowd. I'm like, hey, man, that was great. Next thing you're talking, you find out about them, and hey, you want to come on this program here? And a lot of them say yes, they enjoy it. It's cool. And the other thing, the other advice I give you is out there, find a great concert partner. Like my wife never wants to go home. Yes. She's like, oh, we leaving? And I'm always like, no, we're good. So you got to find somebody that loves to camp out. But like I said, I've gone by myself and have sat for hours and watched and listened, and because that's just where you're there for music. Very well said, Ronnie. I love it. So this time, the new one is a single, as we mentioned, Stay Here. We also have an EP out, Bloodsucker. So, of course, the question, in the modern day, do you find it easier to stick out a single and go back to work, come out with another, or do you like the EP album format where you give everybody a taste of a lot?
So, the EP is called, that one's Escape. Bloodsucker was our previous single.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was our Halloween track. Don't worry. A lot of people do get that confused. They get the names confused. But Escape with the EP, that was my first time ever doing an EP. And the main reason we did that was we were starting to do some shows last year, and we only had Breathing This Love and Fantasy, and I think Sweet Dreams at the time. We did a cover of Sweet Dreams by
Which
the
is great, by the
Eurythmics.
way.
Thank you.
Great
Thank you.
cover.
That's a whole nother story, but that was accidentally made, and it was very unique.
Wow.
But the EP got very like time constraint. Like we had to get this thing done, so we had more, songs for our live shows and stuff. So we didn't get to thoroughly enjoy the process as much as I would have liked, because I really do like sitting down for, month, 2 months, and really just writing and perfecting. So I am somebody, I nitpick the crap out of everything I do. And I think it's a benefit and a curse to a degree, because you can definitely hold yourself back a little bit if you're too much like that. But at the same time, if I'm releasing something and it's the only time the world's ever going to hear it, I want that to be high quality. That's how I want it. So with that, I'm very happy with the EP, but the enjoyment of it, and which kind of gets to your question, the marketing ability. We did not have the chance to really set ourselves up for a very strong campaign to market those songs, just because it was so much about getting the songs and the live shows.
Sure.
Whereas what we've done with singles is had a little bit of a build up. Stay Here was a little tricky just because I was in Thailand during that.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I was over in Thailand, and did not have cell service much over there. But outside of that, though, I do think the EP gives you more of an opportunity to create a really good, long, drawn out, thorough plan of attack to market your product, like your brand, all of that stuff. Because it's never so much just about the one song. It's about getting people to love what you're doing, so they will come listen to the future songs.
Sure.
Obviously, they got to like the song, but that should already be set in stone that you're making a good product and the song is hopefully good. So we're working on an EP right now, and a lot of what we're doing is with the ideas we're getting for the songwriting, building out storylines, marketing campaigns, social media content, all of that kind of stuff. And I just personally feel that EPs give you that ability to kind of hone in on a couple different songs and say, okay, we can do something crazy with this song for a marketing campaign. This one might not be our strength, so maybe we'll kind of move that down until we think of something else, but let's focus on all this kind of stuff. Whereas a single, when you're making a single, you have to make a content plan for that single. And I don't like being kind of pigeonholed.
Okay. Yeah, I get that.
If that makes sense.
Sure.
I like having options on any given day to let my creative mind kind of run freely. And with the EPs, I feel like with the branding, the marketing aspect of, releasing those types of things, I think it can set a lot of people up more for success.
I like that.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense, and it's good. And most artists lean towards the longer project, the EP, the album, if you will, because it gives you more. And my opinion, it almost makes you search or hunt a little bit, not just here's Ronnie's single. And if you listen to it and for some reason you don't like it, you're like, okay, that's Ronnie's last single. I'll catch him next time. Yep. With an album, you're like, let me go down the list. Let me hear it. Let me hear some of the stuff. All right, this is good. That's good. This is good. This is okay. I'll come back to that later. And after a while, I noticed just about every album I ever owned, you eventually fall in love with pretty much every song because that band is now in your head and their style. You give the later down songs a chance to start to love them. Yeah,
and that's something popped into my head as you were saying that. I feel like a single can get you to like an artist that you never heard of, but an album or an EP is going to get you to love the artist.
Yes, that's perfect.
Because it's one of those things where you can hear a good song, but if you do not go check out their other music right after you hear that, you might not really go back to that artist, whereas EP, you stumble across one of those, you like one of the songs, you listen to the rest of it, next thing you know, you're in love with that artist and you're subscribed to him, waiting for him to drop the next EP or next single. So yeah, that was a good way to put it, though, what you said.
Yeah, and likewise, you did a great job. It's a great, and I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit because I have one in my head. It's a song that I searched through an album to find that I fell in love with. Not that I don't love this band, but the song really made me like, yeah, check out all these albums. I'm going to ask you the same question. I'm going to start with mine. Mine is Guns N' Roses' My Michelle off of Appetite for Destruction. Go through the whole album. I'm like, this is a good song. And next thing you know, you listen to the entire thing over and over again, and I'm a huge Guns N' Roses fan. Is there a song of yours that you say, it's kind of a hidden gem? It's a shame it's buried on an album. More people should know it. Do you have any in mind?
For like ours personally, our music, or just in my own mind? Like
in your own mind. Other artists, because everything you do is perfect.
Okay. Oof. That is a good one. I would say Maroon 5, Just a Feeling.
I'm going to write that down, too.
It's a very cute, beautiful song. That was around the time I started getting big into Maroon 5 when I was in high school and stuff like that. And that album came out right before Moves Like Jagger came out.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of people can kind of look at the Moves Like Jagger song as the thing that really propelled them into pop. Like that's kind of when they made that full commitment, that full shift to pop music. But that album that came out right before then was just a beautiful masterpiece of just like acoustic pop, some rock elements, even some country elements to it. Nice. It was just a really diverse sounding album, and that was always my favorite song on that album. And yeah, I encourage everybody to check it out, especially if you like She Will Be Loved or something like that from them. You might really like that song. So
wow, see, and that's the beauty of it. I'm going to bring in our co-host. She said she was running a little late tonight, but she was definitely anxious to get here. Jewel Tatey is in the house. Jewel, good evening.
Hi.
Hello, Jewel.
Hi. I'm so sorry I'm late. I was trying to listen.
You are fine. You're fine.
It's okay. Ronnie was just having a time and a half, just ripping me apart and telling me how much he hates me and this show.
Yep. You're here to save the day now, so
yeah, definitely. Yes. Had 3 people already asked, "Where's Jewel?" I feel so
I'm so sorry. Yes, duty calls with softball, but I just heard you talking about Maroon 5, and I'm sure you got this comparison before, but I would argue that your voice is even a little stronger than Adam Levine's. Have you heard that before? And also, I'm just a fan of your music. It also reminds me like a Callum Scott. I was just wondering if you ever got those comparisons.
Not Callum Scott. We do get the Maroon 5 Adam Levine comparison quite often, and it's kind of funny because I think a lot of when I was growing up singing, I never took singing lessons at like a really young age. Wow. I was very insecure about it, like all that kind of stuff, stage fright, up until I got out of high school. But during that time, there were 2 artists that I pretty much were the only 2 artists that I listened to over the course of about 3 or 4 years. And that was Michael Jackson and Maroon 5. Wow. And the reason, especially with Adam Levine, was because when I would sing their songs, I could hear myself sounding pretty good. I found music that was
register.
Like, yeah, it was it was in my register and stuff like that. So that was where I kind of actually learned to sing, was through a lot of their music and stuff like that. But yeah, over the years, obviously, you find different artists that influence you and your vocal tendencies and kind of how you like to sing. But I feel like that is probably why a lot of people say, hey, I can hear it in there. I can hear the Adam Levine. So
that's pretty cool. When I want to make myself sound like a great singer, I usually sing like Bob Dylan songs because his songs are great, but that voice.
Anyone can do that voice.
I feel like a great singer when I get to do Dylan, so I can't compete with Maroon 5, of course. But
yeah, I like Lana because she has a very deep voice. Yes. And I can get down with Lana.
Yes. Big
Everybody
fan.
loves them. Everybody loves Lana.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, there's not a soul on this planet that does not.
So I had to hit you with this
Jeff
little
doesn't.
tidbit. No, she's okay. I'm just not like the massive fan like Jewel is, but I get it. A lot of people are certainly fans. Away from the music for a second, I had to hit you with this tidbit because looking through, of course, your history and your past and social media, you used to work in the car business. And I
Yeah.
feel your pain because I'm a lifer in the car business. I've worked in service my whole life. But the question I ask you is because being in automotive sales and automotive dealerships, you're always selling. You're always selling yourself as well as a product. Do you think that helps you with your music? Like you're always selling that music? I always say every day in life is an audition. You're always selling something. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sales and consumer psychology, I think, are the two of the biggest things that have helped me with music. Because you gotta be able to sell your product, not just to the people listening to it when they're watching your social media content, but you have to sell your product to the professionals in the industry. You know, you're not going to get too many of these great, interview opportunities unless, you're out there properly selling yourself, in that sense, and doing everything you can to, kind of get that support and make people believe that you're a professional. So yeah, the sales aspect is something that definitely helped me out, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Getting that experience.
Are you sure?
Listen, I had some rough days doing that.
Oh, yeah.
It's a tricky industry sometimes
It is.
too. It really is when you're selling cars because it depends on sometimes where you're selling the cars at too, because some dealerships have different tactics.
Yes.
Me, I was always just super nice and like very moral in the sense, and I was like, I can't do it. But that's kind of like that thing that you got to draw a fine line between. Is ultimately you want to help the customer get what they want, that just fits their needs. And there has been times where I've let them walk off the lot, not buying a car because I'm like, our inventory doesn't fit, your needs. So I can't do it. And then you get reamed out by the boss, and it's a great time.
Yes, you know it quite well. It's easy. It's funny rather how easy you pick back up on that stuff. But I do agree to it because when I said a friend of mine turned me on to you a while back, he said, I know this guy's a great artist. He lived in the New York, PA area. And right away, your social media, your presence, the way you responded to my message, I'm like, hey, this guy gets it. Felt very comfortable in the chat about getting you here eventually. And like I said, a lot of people who are busy or trying to make something new said, just give me a little time. And I like that the best. Give me a little time because I got something new coming out that I think would really rock and really do well. Kind of our approach, and I love that. And I appreciate that. I really do.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think a lot of it is, even outside of what we were talking about with the sales and all that kind of stuff, not just the consumer psychology either, but the communication and networking aspect. It's important to know how to talk to other people in the industry as well, and make sure you're not like over promising, and under delivering. Like if you're busy, tell them you're busy, don't try and squeeze it in. Or if something like you were saying, like how we discussed, like it just makes sense to hold off on this until this project comes out. It's a lot of playing chess,
Yes.
like you got to play chess with pretty much how you're structuring your schedule and the different opportunities you're getting. Like you don't want to do all your live shows throughout the year and then get to the end of the year, have no live shows booked for like 6 months and then release an EP.
Yeah.
You'd rather release the EP and then do the tour to promote it, so that's a kind of like a simple example, but in terms of how you're booking your interviews and different things like that, that's very, very important.
Well, you do a great job, and it seems like your shows are so much fun, and just the way you interact with the crowd, which obviously translates from your background. How has, let's say, what has been your favorite live show experience, and what are you looking forward to this year?
So, oh my goodness, there's so many, and it's so wild. Like we've had a unique opportunity to headline all of our shows so far. which is just really weird to say, just considering we're, we just started last year.
Sure.
But there's a unique little project that we have been working on, and Bloodsucker was part one of it. And a lot of people, actually, I'm breaking this out for the first time publicly. Yes. So you guys are getting this first, but Bloodsucker is part one of a Halloween storyline that's going to repeat.
Yes.
Nice. It's going to tell a whole story. It's going to go for as long as we feel like making it, but a lot of the story is already written and figured out. So in correlation with those types of songs that we're releasing, we do something called the Halloween on Saturn event. It's an annual event that we're doing. We did the first one at Phantom Power in Millersville.
Yeah, it's been there. Nice venue.
Yeah, I love Greg. Greg is amazing. I love him over there. But it was all Halloween themed, and I come from being a haunt actor. Since 2009, I've been acting in the haunt industry. And that show, being able to deck it out in decorations, and that's something we do for as many shows as we can possibly do it for. I have no problem going above and beyond with live shows. But being able to we had a giant casket that was about
I like it.
8 to 9 feet tall, had stairs built into it. My dad helped me build it. It was like $800 worth of wood. It was crazy.
Build it? Oh my God, that's awesome.
It was wild. So we'll end up using that probably again to some degree in this year's Halloween on Saturn show. But we did a disappearing act where I had a drop panel in it. So I get shut in it, opens, not in there.
Wow.
And
that's so cool.
Being able to do theatrics and stuff, I think is my favorite part. I like to just do things that nobody else is doing. I always said this is kind of the competition type of aspect that we were talking about before. Yes. That is where I get competitive, in a friendly way, a loving way. Yeah. But I don't care where I'm going. You could put me on Coachella right now. My goal is to be the best performer at that entire, festival. That's my goal. And if I have to build a giant prop and throw that sucker up there and it takes me 3 weeks to build it, that's what I'm going to do. But I love doing things like that and creating immersive environments. I want people to feel like they're not just coming to a concert. They're coming to an experience, something that they can be a part of. And we do face painting, blacklight face painting.
Nice.
We've done that before. Everybody comes in costumes for the most part. We have about, I would say, probably about a 30 to 50% rate of people that come out in costumes to our shows, which has just been really, really unique and really cool. That you don't get at a lot of shows. So it's always a party, and that's the way I like it.
Don't tempt me and Jeff with a good time of dressing up, because
we guys are anytime you're invited.
We love to dress up, and of course, when this project comes out officially, since it's dropped here first, we'll be sharing it because Halloween's our favorite time of the year, and we'd love to come check it out. And everybody always says, there's nothing to do for Halloween. We got something for you.
Oh yeah. And whoever says that, they must be 1 year old, because they weren't alive at all during Halloween.
They're just not fun. That's all.
There's always something out there. And before before the end of the night, we're going to let you go shortly. Of course, we did a half-hour thing. But before the end of the night, we are going to play Hypnotized and Bloodsucker, because I want people to see the experience of your concert with Hypnotized. With that video, because it's great. And then I want people to experience part one of this Bloodsucker future story that you heard here first on our program. I know Joel got in late, but we've already had you for a good amount of time. We used to say a half hour. And I had a blast. I really did. Everything I expected. You're smart. You have a great plan, a great head on your shoulders, and extremely creative. But you also pay your homage to the people that help you create. Right down the bottom, everybody, as always, is the scroll, and you can find Ronnie On Saturn. Remember, you watch us, then you watch Ronnie, and then whatever that thing we're supposed to do afterwards, I forgot. The Tom Brady. Tom Brady roast after. Facebook, Ronnie On Saturn. Instagram, Ronnie On Saturn, all lowercase. Beacons.ai is website, Ronnie On Saturn. You can find his music on Apple. You can find it on Spotify. I've got mine on Apple right now.
Nice.
On Spotify. You can find the videos on YouTube. Your videos, by the way, sensational.
Thank
Great
you.
work. And I guess it comes from the acting that you put so much love into your videos. Me and Drew are giant video fans. We keep preaching to bands to make videos because we love that. Telling a story, like you said, you had lined out. Again, the new song Stay Here is out right now. Oh, and also a TikTok promo because that's where the music likes to go. Ronnie On Saturn on TikTok.
Yes.
Dude, I thank you so much for coming on with us tonight. I had a blast. The time flies by as always when you get really in deep with it. And good luck. And keep us informed on our Halloween show, man. And when the new stuff comes out, as always, we plug it on our page. We keep it going because this is a friendship. Once you hit Yo Show, you're Yo Show family. A lot of love, Ronnie. Very much, man.
A lot of love. I appreciate you guys so much. It's been great. To everybody watching, much love as well. You all take it easy. Have a good night, all right?
And a new fan in Minnesota, of course, I mean, JD will. Have a great night. Ronnie Shenk, Ronnie On Saturn. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to let him go here, and we thank him so much for the time he spent with us tonight. Jewel, I know you got in a little bit late, but like I say, you're listening and you hear what goes on. How great is it to listen to a guy like this with a great head on his shoulders, a positive attitude, and there's no bragging and boasting. He's just really feels that what he's doing is where he wants to be, dead on, like he's got full steam ahead. I love it.
Oh my God, amazing. And I love when artists just experiment and really just give it their all. And I'm a big fan of the stage and the theatrics on stage. Just coming from that world myself, I have a little background in just like stage production and all that stuff. So I know the time and energy and the effort, not only in your music, but to the show, to the performance. So I'm so excited to see him live. And I love these songs that we're about to play. And everyone go subscribe and listen.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
follow.
Subscribe and listen. The link's going to roll down the bottom for a little bit. Make sure you catch on to it. We're going to play another song. We come back from the song. We're going to do top 5 after we come back from the song. I didn't do it without you, Joel, because I know top 5 is one of your favorite things. But also music is one of your favorite things. Hypnotize is the video I want to play next because not only is the song fun and catchy, it also shows you the experience of seeing Ronnie live in concert. And Joel, I was blown away by how much fun it looks like these people are having. Check it out now. Tonight's guest, Ronnie On Saturn. Hypnotized is the song. About 3 minutes and 34 seconds. We'll be back shortly here live Tuesday night. The O Show. Check it out.
Tell me what you're thinking, 'cause my ears are ringing. Am I on your mind the way you're stuck in mine? Every little thing you do, from the way you move to smiling when I look at you, it takes me away to another place, yeah. Feels like I'm losing my mind. I'm hypnotized. Feels like I'm losing my mind. I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized. Before you, I was lost and wondering. With you, I got peace and love again. 'Cause every little thing you do, from the way you move to smiling when I look at you, it takes me away to another place, yeah. Feels like I'm losing my mind. I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized. gotta ask you one question. Where on earth did you come from? Think you're out of this world. You're a supernova girl. I know that if I look too close, she will make my eyes swirl. You got me dizzy and confused when I look at you. I can feel your love radiate when I'm standing next to you. Feels like I'm losing my mind. I'm hypnotized. Feels like I'm losing my mind. I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, I want to go tonight to a Ronnie On Saturn concert.
I know.
Looks like some
Great
great
for
fun.
summer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hypnotized was the song. And comment section, Mark Wells said Ronnie is wild in concert. That looked phenomenal. Looks like a lot of fun. Ronnie On Saturn, Hypnotized. Jewel, again, impressed by the smarts, the creativity, and the fun, because when you can get a crowd to move, that looked like Phantom Power. Might have been. I wish I would have played it first and asked him. But when you get a crowd like that, and they're all doing the glow stick and singing the words and dancing, remind me a little bit of the crowd we had at Taylor Acorn. And that's kind of what you like. They move you in such a way you want to do everything. You want to have the glow sticks, the merchandise. You want to sing the lyrics. You want to almost fall in love with it, really crying. It's so damn good.
I know, and it just gets me in the mood for summer. That is my vibe, my summer jams, and I'm just ready for the shore. That song just makes me want to go down the shore right now and go to Flip Flops.
I'm with it. Wow, Flip Flops. Man, you're going all out.
And that was just Joey's birthday party. She wanted a black light glow theme
Very cool.
birthday party, so we transformed her room into a little club. And I wanted to dress like a bouncer, but I didn't really have time. But
Relax, bouncer. And of course, like I said, he's very big on the black lights. I showed him Deadpool, and he had Pumpkin Pops back
I
there.
saw that.
Oh, we did. Yeah, it was great. I absolutely loved it. Dug the sound and the lyrics. What's up, family? John Simon's in the house. Of course, that's our promotions, the Key Concert Series, and the sound man extraordinaire. Atlanta Broker said John does a fantastic job with sound, and we even got some brand new speakers for it, because we're cranking out that much energy. We got to get a little bit stronger. And of course, let's not forget while we have John in the house. Absolutely, bring it indeed. While we have John out here, let's mention it once again and show you the banner. It's coming up this weekend. Came fast this time, Jewel.
Mm-hmm.
Key Concert Series, the fourth installment is this Saturday, May 11th at the Fuge. $15 online till May 8th. So you have till tomorrow to buy them online for $15. Tickets have gone down. $20 at the door. It's the studio room at the Fuge in Warminster, Pennsylvania, connected to Tranquility Brewing. 4 really cool super bands, Joe, including the kind of the debut for you, maybe, of Who in the Room, a great young band who kind of put their own spin on some of the classics. Great stuff. Looking forward to good young kids. Sacred Monsters will be on the bill. A multiple former guest, Burden of Guilt. Josh will be in the house with Burden of Guilt. And the super cool Steal the Night, who I love. They remind me of an 80s kind of rock band with some modern feel as well. So it's definitely a great lineup. It's always been a great lineup so far, Joel. We've had nothing but success. The last one was awesome. This one's going to be great. Get your tickets May 11th. Food and drink provided by Tranquility Brewing. Always the best.
Amazing. I'm so excited for Saturday.
I can't believe it came that fast. It felt like the other one just ended. It's like my body finally recovered from April.
Yeah. Well, it was at the end of the month. This is kind of towards the beginning of the month. So, but hey, keep them cranking out.
Absolutely, keep them cranking out indeed. And like I said, we're Ush has us in June. They have us in July and hopefully August. We'll work our way through the summer, and then we'll call another plan of attack. The only thing was September. And in the past, we noticed it, but I mean, hey, you don't want to knock nobody. Some of these kids, they make their way to college and they're off for a few months, etc. but that's cool. And Kim is a Sacred Monsters groupie. Yes, we love that. And Kim is a great time at the show, so we love her. Love the video she did, too. If you go on my page or on the Key Concert Series Facebook page, Jewel, there's an awesome video kind of tying in all the performances and stuff and the crowd, etc. Very cool.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you, Ronnie. Jeff and Joe are the best. Thank you all for tuning in. Much love from the Ronnie On Saturn team. Love likewise as well, brother. Like I said, we love the local artists here, and it's what we do and what we love. And I thank Jewel every day for it. Speaking of the show and my beginnings, we're coming up on 300 episodes, as I mentioned. And today, out of nowhere, back from my Stoop days, I heard from John Ragus. I haven't heard from John in quite a while. He got me started in this thing, and he said something, Jewel. First of all, he congratulated us on the fact that we keep rolling along. Our country bands are good, too. We can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Oh, country night. Jeff and I got a cowboy hat. Got a red, white, and blue cowboy hat.
I got a cowboy hat.
Right? Hey, I'm not afraid to do that. Even if you do 2 shows a month or whatever it is, I'm not afraid to try that. But, man, I got excited for that, and I'm not even a country music fan. But
I want like a rap night, too. Rap R&B night. I'm all about that.
Oh, me and you are gonna talk offline about a potential R&B thing.
Ooh.
It's gonna blow your mind when you hear it. It's a long shot, because when you hear the name, you're like, no, but it's possible. Congratulations, thank you. We're coming up on 300. I'm all about dressing up always. But so John said to me, like, he's excited for us. He's happy that we have continued. He said, I miss it. It is. He said, I miss it. I get the bug sometimes. He said, and the fact that you guys can find the time to come out and do it, and the fact you now have live shows with a team you're partnering up with, it's the thing you always wanted. Congratulations on it. And like I said, as we approach 300, thank you, John, for the words. Thank you for the beginning. And he said to me, Jewel, that's the part I forgot. He says, the first night I had you on as a guest co-host, I knew this was your future because I just felt it coming from you. And to find somebody as good as Jewel on here, a blessing, and that continues on.
He didn't say that last part, but
no, I said the last part about Jewel, but he's
But going back into the very, very beginning, listening to you on the interviews with John, I'm like, man, he's funny. He really knows his stuff, and you ask the right questions to the people, and that's what it's all about. We pride ourselves on giving great interviews, if not fun interviews, So that's one of the things I noticed, and I wanted to hear more from you. So when we started, I was totally shy. I still am shy, but I just wanted to hear Jeff go off and do his thing, and you're just the best hype man.
Wow, that means it means the world, because we sit next to each other, and I always watch past episodes. I know we've had this talk. John's the same way. He's like, I go back and listen. He says it's on his MP3, so he'll be walking or jogging or etc. listening. I know, and listening to past stuff.
What was that called? Blog Talk Radio.
Blog Talk Radio, yeah. Good shout out to the folks at Blog Talk Radio. But again, I go back and I watch everything that we've done in the past. All the time. Thank you. That brings a little tear to my eye, because I say,
stop, you're gonna make them cry.
I know, on the air here, Jewel just knocks it out of the park, and it's very lucky. And the person I was listening to was Sydney Taylor, and how you roll the dice and just be you and you hope. And she said that somebody checked out her show and the flow of it and thought it was good enough to bring, I think Alice Cooper on her show, and I think she talked to Derek Green from Sepultura. That blows my mind. She said, I just went out and showed the intelligence, the patience, the professionalism, and people caught on. Kind of what we try to do here. Alice Cooper will be on next week. I can't wait for that. I'm so excited. They won't. But anyway. and listening to her, I was like, man, that's where we're at. Jewel, of course, has a communications background. Kind of the reason I'm just thrilled to have her. And she spent time with good old Danny Bonaducci there at YSP. And, the background is there. The love of it is there for you. I don't know why I started saying this. I get geeked sometimes when I go off about how proud I am of what we put together. And I guess talking to John today just brought me back to the very beginning when I was on a cell phone talking to Jesse Itzler. And I'm just like, I really don't know what to say, but I just went and drank a lot of beer.
It's crazy that this spawned from a Rangers podcast.
Right, it was Ranger Nation podcast, and then he's like,
Yikes.
he's like, I've had enough of hockey, and I've had enough of doing that. So let's have a talk show. And then again, like the Nancy
We're going
Valens,
to
and
affiliate up. That's what we're going to do.
exactly, we filled it up. But back then it was like Nancy Valens.
With respect. With
Betsy
respect.
Russell. Oh, absolutely, nothing but the best of respect because
I don't think we ever talk crap on the Rangers on the show, have we?
I hate the Rangers. Actually, I hate anything New York.
Same.
From a sports standpoint, speaking of sports, top of the ninth, our Phillies ahead, 10-1 over the Toronto Blue Jays.
Whew, some big scores happening.
He's getting a tattoo for the Yo Show and Alice Cooper on 5/14, right on his chest.
We got to get our tattoos too. I'm down. I'm down whenever you are, but let's do it.
I don't have any either. We wanted to
Where's
get the
tattoo?
Yo Show logo tattoo. We wanted to get that bad boy right on the air.
And he's getting
Scared.
Cassie's name right under his eyeball, right here.
Right in the eyeball. So I see nothing but her every time I wake up and go to sleep, etc. John, I know you got the new speakers. You've been talking a lot about this great group. I want to give a quick shout out and hopefully maybe some future sponsorship slots, etc. The dudes at Zio Brothers Production at 244 East County Line Avenue in Hatboro. Great area for musical equipment and their musical production, etc. And John told me they had a great talk about musical equipment and what we need for the few. So good shout out to those guys. Thank you and welcome to the Yo Show family. Hopefully on a permanent level. We love it. We thank you. And like I said, we'll put your logo in the corner. We'll shout your name out 5-6 times a week. Why not? We love it. We love people that want to join this thing because it's for the kids. And I hate being cliche like, do it for the kids. Do it for hard-working artists that are out there pounding away to make good music. Look at Ronnie. Like he said, Jewel, before he got here. If you're in a band and you're first and somebody else is third, stay. Stay and watch them. If you're the fans, come see your friends. Hang out with your friends in the band and watch the next acts. Keep watching because that's where you're going to find bands that you would never expect. Like imagine real quick, not to steal my long-winded voice, but imagine me if I showed up at Atlanta's show near the end, the Future Stars shows. I would have missed like Arcist. I would have missed bands like Placid. There's so many bands I would have missed if I didn't go from the beginning, sit relaxing, and stay to the end. And people I may not have met, etc. Because some families come just for their kids. You like to meet them, see them, and sometimes you don't always get to catch them. So get in there. It's $10 or $20. You've already spent it. Where are you going?
Yeah, it really is important, and especially at the Key concert because that's what you paid for. You paid to see all the bands. Like, just stay and enjoy. I mean, you already paid for the ticket, so why not? Like with a bar scene with Sweeney's, it's a little different because you have the bar crowd coming in, so the place gets packed either way. But when you go to a venue, you should really stick it out for the whole thing.
I appreciate that coming out of your mouth. And the reason why, like, I always feel like some of my friends say, like, oh, well, you're selling it. Of course you want to say stay to the end. Not really. I mean, the thing we're selling is the ticket, but we want you to stay, of course. So for Jewel to come around and
party.
say, look,
Why would you not want to?
right, and then for you to come out and say, look, if you, especially Key Concert Series, that's what it's for. It's for 4 bands. Granted, you want to come out and see your favorite, but it's for 4 bands. And the atmosphere is fun, and you network, and you meet people, and you dance, and you sing, and by the end of the night, you watch Jeff hunched over crying because his back hurts so much. We knew you would say, dude, I got to get you a ticket. We're going to do a GoFundMe.
Get out here.
Right?
It's been long enough.
Damn it. Key Concert Series one more time because it is this Saturday. We'll probably do it before we leave as well, but it is here. Buy your tickets at keyconcertseries.ticketleap.com. $15 online till tomorrow. Excuse me, $20 at the door. The price is going down. The Fuse likes what we're doing. We've made new negotiations, so we're making it more affordable for people to come hang out and have a great time. And you can watch Jewel dance. Nothing beats that.
I mean, it's going to happen.
Nothing beats that. I'm telling you, nothing. Not John Simon's getting on stage with the guitar. Not Jeff Perini singing with Milo Sky and Placid. Watching Jewel dance is the highlight.
Jesus. All right.
That's enough of that. I got a million people checking for the address. I'm trying to get people on the door.
Hey, if it'll sell a ticket, I ain't saying that.
Wow. Let's backtrack a touch. I appreciate where you're at, but I want Jewel to sing on stage with somebody.
Oh, yeah, I'll sing. I mean, I'll do, sing, dance, whatever. Get me on there.
She says that now.
I told Jeff I'm going to be early this time. I had a hiccup last time. I'll be early and on time.
We always say here, life happens. And even Joel tonight said, sorry, I'm late. We used to say live happens. That starts to sound weird, but life happens, especially when you go live, especially when you do events and shows, etc. There's going to be moments. There's moments where I've gotten here like with a minute to spare. It happens. So just stay with us. We do it live for a reason. John, again, John's like, oh, there's these recording things I'm trying. I'm like, no recording. Ever. Never.
I don't think we can.
We can. I know. Unless it's Haley DeSola Pinto, because the time frame means I may have to record her, but.
Yeah, her I make an exception to recording, but when I watch podcasts, and then I just realized with the one I watched today, it's these two girls that I like. They're actually coming to Park soon. But I thought they just went live, but no, I actually watched the video today and it was so choppy. I'm like, okay. It's just condensed and you don't get the whole feeling of it being live. So I felt some type of way about that.
I agree. I want to see the moment of, I shouldn't have said it, but remember you almost feel your face.
Or like,
right, you feel your face twinge like, that was the wrong thing to say.
Right.
And even if it because I pride ourselves, my wife said it the other day. She said, I take good pride in the fact that you always seem to be under control with what you say. I guess.
Years of practice. I'm not
right.
saying the wrong thing.
Right, not saying the wrong thing definitely is. And again, not to keep bringing it up with Johnson, I have a lot of things to say. And I think if I came back, I would do a different angle where I'd kind of say what's really on my mind. And
it's for Patreon,
Right, yeah, that.
We can go buck.
Agreed. And again, when we come out and we say how great the artists are and how much we love the music, that's true. I haven't ever approached somebody, Jewel, whether it was a PR firm or somebody on social media. I don't think I've ever approached somebody and said, I don't like their stuff, but maybe they're a good interview or maybe they're a good chat. I can't do that.
I can't do it either. I can't fake it, especially coming from radio where it was like fake laughter and just like forced questions sometimes. I'm like, that seems so unnatural to me. Like, I don't want any part of that. So we got approached by an AM station one time a few years ago, us here at the O Show. And we're like, it would strip away everything that makes this. Like, this is our baby, and it wouldn't work if we're like sober and
right,
not cursing and
no drinking,
being polite.
No drinking. Watch your language. Watch your content.
Getting up early.
Right, getting up. Yeah, the show would be like 5 a.m, and I didn't want to curb my. Like, I'm not going to walk in like Howard Stern and have Jenna Jameson come walking into the studio, but like to have somebody staring at you and like shaking her head no when you say something. No.
Oh, that would make me immediately freeze. I would feel like. And then what kind of performance are you giving when you're given that much pressure? Like, I couldn't get down with that.
We when we had the brief run at the studio in Northeast Philly, we had the luxury of somebody who was kind of being a producer, but he said the wilder. Matter of fact, sometimes he would egg me on to keep going. Like the night we had Emily Cipriano, and he's like, dude, she's just handing you volleyballs to spike, and you're kind of backing off and just get in there and be funny and have fun with it.
That's entertainment, though.
Right.
That's what makes for a good show.
I don't have to fake it that Emily's hot. She knows it. She knew it that night. I mean, I told her probably 30 times that night.
Yeah, but it ended up being funny, and God, that was the last thing you did before shut down.
How ironic. It's not natural. Agreed. It's not natural. I like to, and even and that right there, you look at this, J.D. Wolf, and you look at John Simons, and people that are up here earlier, like Ronnie's #1 fan, Angie. The comment section. If you record it, you're not going to have that, and you're not going to have a gut reaction. It all seems like it's all just kind of meh.
Yeah.
You people make this.
I don't know why it just flashed in my mind you drinking through a hot dog and the guttural reaction that we all had.
We got some bad reaction, and some people still comment about that on my regular post. And don't forget about the shot that night with the mayonnaise worm or whatever that thing was.
Don't remind me.
Oh, it's
please.
so good. It actually was not bad. I kind of wanted to find that recipe and do that. I can't do the hot dog anymore. My wife.
That's become a thing. Have you seen this? Like people are just doing it at basketball games now.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. I mentioned we were going to end the show tonight. Not yet, but when we end the show, no, God, my God, you just got it. Right. When we end the show tonight, we're going to try something new. Not St. Rigas tonight, because last week we debuted an awesome song with one of our very new favorite bands, and it was Crooked Ways. And the song is so good. I was going to play it in the beginning. I'm like, nah, let's stick with the beginning. And at the end, we'll shout it out. And I sent out the message to Nick, of course, from the band. I'm like, heck, man, we'd like to use the show as a closeout. What do you think? He's absolutely use whatever you like, whenever you like. There's the words. Thank you, Crooked Ways, because I love that song.
There you go.
It was
And
awesome.
that's
and
how
great.
you
I had to see.
get in there to be our intro, outro song. And Jeff says, heck.
Jeff did say heck. Wow.
My
Let's do
allergies
some-
are killing me.
We got some topics, and I don't know if you watched, witnessed, or any of it, the Tom Brady roast. Did you get into that at all? Did you watch any of it?
I did not. I didn't even see
Okay.
the highlights. I could roast Tom Brady for a half hour if you'd like me to.
Well, I mean, it didn't seem that hard. It was all just Giselle bashes on repeat, Deflategate on repeat, and talking about how stupid Grunk is. It seemed to be everybody's go-to. Nikki Glaser was funny.
I don't think she's funny at all.
Big Ronnie fan here as well. I don't think she's funny either. So after her bit, I'm like, that actually wasn't bad. And I'm not a fan of hers at all.
It was on Netflix? I have to watch this.
Yeah, it's out now. Kevin Hart was the host. And so when Tom busted on Philly, he came out and beat up Kevin Hart a little bit too, which was funny. How about a top five? You have your top five ready?
Sure. Yeah. I didn't know
Excellent.
what time frame you were talking about, so I did the past 10 years.
I was just saying, top five bands whose music you'll always listen to. And I think I wanted to read different, but
you
it's
said
bands.
new.
Oh, did I? No, it's any. But, okay. And what I
Jeff's
mean
is
by
all
this,
gonna be yes, and mine's yes.
it's a little, it's a little different than what I meant. But I mean, it's like it's an artist that whenever they come out with something, you're on it, no matter what. They come out with new stuff, you're listening to it, and you're automatically liking it, no matter what.
Okay. All right.
Or a band from the past that you just never turn off, no matter where you are. So number 5 for me was Alice in Chains. Even after Lane passed away, and I cried, and I admitted it on the air a few times. When Lane Staley passed away, I cried. But even with the new singer, every time they put something out, I'm on it. I check it out. And there have been some great stuff with the new lineup. So Alice in Chains, number 5. Number 4, Led Zeppelin. Basically, I could listen to Led Zeppelin 24/7, 365. Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne. Anything they put out. When they started making a comeback and reunion thing, every song they put out, I jumped on it. I loved them. I got to see Ozzy, but never got to see Black Sabbath. But definitely a band that every time they had something come out, I'm on. Number 2 kind of nails the category for me because the name alone makes me go after him, whether it's Scott, the late Chester, this guy they have now who's very good, Jeff, Stone Temple Pilots. Just hearing the name Stone Temple Pilots makes me want to check out the music.
Or Mojo Moji.
Or Mojo Moji is a dynamite call. I love that. There's something new coming in the future from them as well. But Stone Temple Pilots, every time I hear that name. And number 1 is tough because there was a stretch where listening to their new stuff was painful. But they're back together now, and I just, no matter what it is, if it has this name on it or its bandmates, I'm all over it. Guns N' Roses, whether it's a Slash solo, whether it's Velvet Revolver, whether it's Guns N' Roses, just Axl, whether it's Guns N' Roses with the whole band, whether it's Spaghetti Incident, anything Guns N' Roses
What's
for
the Spaghetti
me.
Incident?
That was an album of theirs that was just pure trash.
Oh, never even
Yeah,
heard of
I know.
that.
Pure trash. But,
Wow.
yeah. Jewel Taney, how about your top 5? I know yours is going to be so very different than mine, and yours is going to have nice twists like it usually does. Top 5
You
bands.
threw me for a loop, man. I thought you were going with like all our people, but I did the past 10 years, so
Okay.
bear with me. Number 5, Tune Yards. I just love this gal so much. I'm surprised they're not more popular because this chick just, like Alabama Shakes, like when you hear her sing, you just want to like break down into a hole and just think about everything. I'm an existential crisis. Tune Yards, yeah.
Oh. I'm really not that familiar. I'm sorry. This is
amazing.
This is why you're greater than great here, because you teach me things.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're going to know the rest. But number 4, I'm going to go with Bishop Briggs because this chick is such a force to be reckoned with. I don't think she's even tapped into what she has to offer. I've made Jeff a fan. Like,
yes,
she's just so powerful. And, God, she was almost on here, too. But she's just insane. And I have to listen to everything that she comes out with because her voice is just so damn cool. Like, even Pink loves her. Like, Pink sang her song and they're like, wow, I love that Pink song. And she's like, no, it's Bishop Briggs. Give credit when credit's due. Actually, Bishop was 3. This was going to be my 4 because Bishop is obviously higher on my list because I love her. Marion Hill. She's so damn cool. And when she came out with her like first hit single, it was just so different than anything I've heard in the past couple. I mean, I'm going back 10 years now. And just some recent history, like she brings in the horns and the jazz and the, like, oh my God, the strong bass. Like, she's just so insane and very cool. Like, I don't think there's a cooler person than Marion Hill. And I'm desperately wanting another album from this chick.
Wow.
2 is my Norwegian songstress, but Suzanne Sunford, she, so I loved her desperation in her first album. She said it made her sick writing 10 love songs.
Wow.
I found her at a very, very dark time of my life and she just saved me. This woman and her voice just saved me. And if I ever met her, I'd be like, you just saved my life because I love you so much. So whatever, she got married, got like happy. So I wasn't a fan of
your happiness makes me sick.
It's like Eminem. Like your harder stuff is just so much better than your happy stuff. But whatever. I'm glad she's happy.
Oh Jesus.
But I would follow her to the ends of the earth.
Gwen Stefani became a legend when she was hurt. So once you're angry and hurt,
Adele, come on.
Adele, right? Taylor Swift.
Sad girl number 1 would be my girl. I mean, how can you not love her? She's coming out with a country album this year, following suit, even though she's from Brooklyn. But I don't know if you saw. Oh, I told you. So she's coming out with a 1 night only stadium show in Fenway Park. Come on.
Fenway Park.
Boston. I have to go.
Somebody who is on my Facebook friends list, because we have a lot of Boston bands, and we had Twig a couple weeks ago. So somebody that watched the Twig episode became friends with me on Facebook, and they said, okay, who's coming with me to Lana? I need a partner to go. And I'm like, how do I know somebody?
The tickets are $3,000 for like front row, and I have to be close. They're like $300 for nosebleeds, and then $3,000 for like front row in the pit.
Man,
I don't know. I think Live Nation and Stereo Gum got it wrong though, because they're like, "Oh, this is her first headlining stadium tour." No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I went to Wells Fargo.
Even I knew that, right? Even I knew that.
The Eagles were playing the Vikings across the street.
Wow,
beat their ass, JD. And then I was across the way listening to Lana. That's when we went to the Super Bowl. So this is not her first headlining tour. I'm hoping they're announcing more shows, but Fenway's pretty big. I don't know.
Cassie always says, why don't you and Jewel get jobs with Live Nation?
Apparently, tomorrow is start of Live Nation week. It's $25 tickets for all of these shows. There's a lot of good people on there, too.
There definitely is. There's always good ones. I like doing the whatever it is, Susquehanna Bank, Camden, whatever the heck it is.
Yeah.
When they do like the summer season pass and some of the great shows. And a couple years back we did it and we saw Korn and that was fantastic. And there's just
Yeah,
Somebody
that's
greets,
worth it.
that's a weird face you made. Everything all right? Everything
I got a mermaid in my room. That's all.
terrific. Why not? Why not a
Flopping
mermaid?
around.
Let's we promised everybody we play the song so we get the beginning of it since Ronnie was cool enough to drop a little bombshell. So let's check out Bloodsucker. It's about 6 minutes long. It's a video, very cool song, and apparently it's the first part of a Halloween series. So we definitely have to play that. This way, when the next part comes out, we're ready for it. Bloodsucker. Ronnie On Saturn, our guest tonight. Enjoy it live here on the Yo Show. Close to 6 minutes. We'll go to it. We'll tell you what's coming up. A couple more topics. Tuesday night, your show, the Yo Show. Live.
Never seen you here before. What's your name?
Ronnie?
Nice to meet you, Ronnie. Where are you from?
Somewhere far, far away.
You say that like you're an alien or something. I have to go. Right now. Help me.
Where should we take him, sir? Take him to the altar.
You know I just couldn't figure it out. You only come around when the sun goes down. You hunt for your prey under the moon. You look into my mortal eyes and I lust over you. Princess of darkness is who you are. I try to run away but I don't get too far. Your fangs come out and you bite my neck. I don't know why I keep on falling for your tricks. Bloodsucker, you are a bloodsucker, yeah. Bloodsucker, you are a bloodsucker, yeah. Bloodsucker, you are a bloodsucker, yeah. You always try to drain me dry. When I'm alone at night and I hear a sound, I look into the shadows all around. I know you're there, so I block out the fear. I'm just a soulless addict for this nightmare. You love the dungeons, that's where you play. When you look into my eyes, it gets freaky. You try and bite and claw your way to my heart. A little taste of my love is all you want. Bloodsucker, you are a bloodsucker, yeah. Bloodsucker, you are a bloodsucker, yeah.
Who sent you?
Welcome to Earth, Ronnie. You should have never come here. Too bad we won't be alive to enjoy it. Get him.
Bloodsucker, you are a bloodsucker, yeah. Bloodsucker, you are a bloodsucker, yeah. Bloodsucker, you are a bloodsucker, yeah. You always try to drain me dry. You know I just, you know I, you know I just, you know I, you know I just, you know I just couldn't figure it out.
All right. Apparently, part one of a saga. Bloodsucker. And in the end, he even had all the vampires dancing.
Yeah, man.
Cool
I'm so
scene.
excited.
So am I. I'm anxious to see more. And I thought about this. This is going to sound ridiculous, but and people are going to laugh. Like, you see, like, those Interview with a Vampire movies, like it's Tom Cruise and it's Brad Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
So you girls are pretty much helpless. And I knew, like, if a hot vampire came up to me, I'd be getting bit.
Yeah,
I'm not
Brad
saying
Pitt.
no.
Brad
Right.
Pitt is Louis. Always it. Yo, did you see Brittany? She was posting all of Brad Pitt's pictures. Weird.
Yeah.
And getting the names wrong of the movies. She said
Yeah.
Legends of the Falls, which bothered me because that's my favorite movie.
And
What was that about?
She came out 2 weeks ago and called her sister a bitch on video, too,
Whoa.
apparently. Yeah, I... No. I don't think I have a can from earlier that's out there. Oh, I don't know if there's any left in the fridge. We're basically checking on Coca-Cola products, who aren't sponsors of the O Show. If they were, I'd
You have to
have
specify in Coca-Cola products.
it. You have to. You have to. When you hear somebody in the background say, "We got any Coke?" Coca-Cola.
Wait a minute, honey.
I hope he does witches next. That's a good one. Nice creative angle there. I like that a lot. Let's hope he does do witches in the next one.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for anything.
Yeah, I'm the same. It makes, especially he's big on Halloween, and who doesn't love that? That gets me geeked. I love
I've
Halloween.
been watching Fallout on Prime. That's so good. It's making me want to play the game. I don't have the game, but now I just want to play. That girl is so good who plays the main character, and yeah, it's just a cool concept. I like the whole apocalyptic 50s vibe of
It's
it.
pretty cool. And,
It's like the nuke hit in the 50s, so this is like 200 years later.
Oh,
And
wow.
everyone there's like cave people who, that's the main chick. She's like a sheltered, but really they don't know anything but like 50s values and everything, so they're just
Yeah.
trying to get married. And then on the surface it's all like the messed up, radiation filled people, and it's wild.
So do you have to know the game to watch the show? Because everybody's watching the show.
No, I'm watching the show and now I want to play the game. It's like Last of Us. Like I watch a show, now I want to go back and play the game myself.
Makes sense. I wasn't sure. Because a lot of people say, yeah, I'll talk about the game. I watched, you're going to laugh, and I'm going to tell you, if you haven't seen it, don't bother. Baby Reindeer.
I love it.
You love it?
I mean, I didn't love it. I didn't love it. It was just like very compelling. Like I love those messed up stories, but it's true.
It was beyond messed up. And
Yeah.
And again, I curse my wife because she sits there and she watches, and
I
I
know.
lean over, and next
I
thing you
watched
know,
it
I'm
with my
sitting.
mom.
He's like, I'm going to bed. What do you want to do? Shut this off? I'm like, no, I'm going to stay up. I have my
You
5
have to
days.
know-
I'm off.
You have to know what happens.
You have to know what happens. And the ending was bad. And It was a show. You know a show's good when you're screaming at the TV.
Oh yeah.
Like you're screaming at the cops. You know you are.
Oh my god.
You know you're screaming at the cops. And it was so. I don't want to say scary. I mean, it was spooky.
Oh, it's the worst kind of scary. Having a stalker is the worst kind of scary. It's like they're infiltrating everything.
This wasn't a stalker, though. This was an out-and-out psychopath. I mean,
yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, not to give anything away, but you know the true story, and then the sleuths through every social media, they're trying to find this woman, the actual woman. So they pinpointed a woman that they thought it was, and were like attacking her, and you know what's it called? Doxing her, trying to like blow up her spot. And really, the creator came out like, yo, this is not the lady. Like, you can't, I've disguised her identity so much. Like, it's hidden. No one really knows who it is. But please, like, stop going after people. Because people, I don't know if you ever saw Don't F with Cats, but they found the actual killer. Like, people, they've watched enough true crime shows where they will find the actual criminal and bring them to justice.
Well, you do need that. I mean, take it light, folks. Really, nobody. Like he kept saying, he got a little. Again, you don't want to give it away. He got a little obsessed with the fact he couldn't imagine being this important to somebody.
That's what it was. It was like, oh my god, I'm getting this attention. In the end, it's like, it felt good.
Nothing feels that good. I'm not going to say another word.
Another one, well, not like that, but similar to like the storyline is Cat Person. That's such a good movie. It's on Hulu, and it's the same chick that did Promising Young Woman. It's that same kind of vibe.
Aren't you proud of me though? I sat and watched a Netflix show that we talked about.
A scary one at that. Like I am.
Yeah. Wow. And you know the funny thing is, we watch a lot of stuff, and when I tell Jewel to line up, she goes and does a lot of homework, research, listen to music, etc. And like my wife says, you know, you never sit and watch shows with me. Don't you think this is kind of the material that you need? And I'm like, and that's what I got with this baby reindeer. I'm like, I'm locked in no matter what. I want to know. I want to see.
Yeah.
You don't have to, folks, if you don't want to. That's all I got to tell you. You're better off with the Tom Brady thing instead.
But once you're locked in, you are locked in. And I need to know what happens.
We got that way with a lot of things. Jack Ryan is how we did that, too. We watched the first couple episodes of Jack Ryan, and then she's like, man, like season 2 was a little slow. She's like, we're going to start all over again. I'm like, I don't care. I'm here. I'm watching. Reacher was kind of the same way. Like, I got to know.
I feel like those I have to watch with someone. Like 24 just came, like, just happened to show up. Like, damn, I used to love watching 24. Like the suspense of it all, you know. You know what's a good one out now? Not to cut you off, but it's Under the Bridge with Riley Keough.
I've heard good things.
Based on a true story. Yeah, but I'm like itching for the next episode. I'm like, come on, because it's like a murder mystery.
That's why I like to binge. Like Breaking Bad was perfect. So I binged like 5 seasons. There was always a Breaking Bad on until the season ended. And you're like, now what? Oh,
it's great when you find them after the fact and you don't have to wait a week, because I hate waiting a week.
Oh,
I think Tuesday is Wednesday, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta wait.
Like she did that with me. Like we started fresh with like Nurse Jackie, and God, it was aching me so badly. Like, is it next week or Shameless? And then it'd be a week for some reason it wasn't on. You're like, what do you mean? I gotta wait 2 weeks now to get a new one? No, it's bad enough you gotta wait the months. Then they make it wait 2 weeks sometimes. Dexter, and then the new Dexter. Oh my God! Like it drives me crazy. Love Dexter.
I love Dexter too. I was just thinking I have to watch the old reruns, because I was in a mood to watch Dexter. I just wanted to see his face and his killing.
They should have kept him going. I love Dexter. It sounds weird, but I love Dexter.
But you know what's weird? Like the past year, we haven't really had new movies or shows because of the damn strike. So we're like clawing for anything we can get. And some of it's just horrible, but yeah, Fallout's amazing though. I'm having fun watching that.
Awesome. So a judge-free zone here. We're always judge-free. I'm definitely judge-free. and watching Dexter, I
Mm.
think we might have touched on this before because I know my answer. If you're rooting for Dexter, are you rooting for the bad guy in a sense?
No, because he's a vigilante.
Vigilante. Like,
He kills
I
good people.
I always rooted for Dexter. And sometimes I find myself I'm rooting for a guy who's pretty much going to drug somebody, drag him out to this cabin, slice him into pieces, hide them, bury him. Sounds kind of weird. But he did take things into his own hands with very gruesome people.
I have a mug, a Dexter mug, and it
Of
says
course you do.
America's favorite serial killer. Well, like the first episode, he kills like the worst kind of person, like, you know, a person who hurts kids. So you
Right.
kind of get all right, he kills the people who should be brought to justice when the cops, and he works in the police department. So come on, man.
Yeah, it's the best part was how they never caught him. And then they would always come close, and you're like, oh, God, how's Dexter getting out of this one? You know,
I
but he
know.
managed.
What is that guy's name? Because, oh, we got to talk about May the 4th too, because I'm like invested now. I've never, ever made it through a Star Wars movie, unless it was like the newer ones. But my sister sat me down and she's like, you're going to do this with me and you're going to have fun. And man,
Wow.
I got to get through it now. But
You have to. Whenever, if you ever want to come here sometime, I watch them all. And we talked about that. Even the new ones, which are, but the
But
original.
it's a great backstory. The more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, it fits so perfectly well.
Oh, it's
The
so smart.
origin
Yeah.
story
It's-
of
Yeah.
Darth. But what reminded me was that guy's in the new one. Oh my God, I don't know his name. He's in Dexter and he's in the new Star Wars. I'll think of his name. Oh, he adopted Leia. He was the guy who fathered Leia. at
Jimmy
the end.
Smith. Jimmy Smith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Gotcha. He's good.
Also Dexter. Yes.
Yeah. Nice drop in, too. From movies that we love to movies that I don't know if Jules going to love anymore. I saw it. The ad is out. And we have a new Superman this time around. David Cornsweet. Give me your 2 cents. I know you're a Henry guy. I know you love it. A lot of people are like, it's not Henry. And I was the same way with Christian Bale and Batman. New Superman. We ready for it? Are we intrigued? Are we interested? It's your DC back in action with probably I was going to say the most popular superhero stuff, Batman, Superman, but.
I have to see him in action, from afar, and I'm like, ooh. And then I get up close with my glasses, and I'm like, it's not Henry.
No, it's not
So
Henry.
it's Henry's so hard to top because watching Henry is like not only watching Superman in real life, but like everything I love about the video games as well. Like I just feel like he has such power. Like he's just so convincing and believable as Superman. And I think he's the perfect casting. I think it was horrible writing, but goddamn if Henry wasn't the perfect goddamn Superman. Like he's just amazing.
And of course, a little bit of the time gap we show in age. When Christopher Reeve was found, people were blown away. Like, this is absolutely unbelievable. They found the perfect guy. And then to find another perfect guy, like I said, remember, it was like Nicolas Cage was like a potential Superman, and somebody else was, and you're like, what? So to find a guy like Christopher Reeve and come back with Henry Cavill, and now big steps here for David Cornsweet. Good luck out there, man, because oof.
Cornsweet. That's a
Corns.
difficult name.
Yeah, Cornsweet. I mean, it's
You know
almost
what?
like Pattinson doing Batman. Like it's tough.
Pattinson will never be Batman to me, but I appreciated the Detective Comic side of the movie. What I was going to say about Henry is, have you ever liked a celebrity and then someone will tell a story about them and it kind of gives you the ick, like pulls you away from them a little bit?
A little bit. I used to be obsessed with Megan Fox, and just not anymore. There's just too much.
It's like you know too much about her. Like the mystery is gone.
Yes.
So now it's like more real. Like the same thing about Henry. Like I just heard this. Oh my God. She's a famous comedian. But she was obsessed with Henry. And she's like, oh my God, I loved him. I was so obsessed and attracted to him until I met him. And I'm like, that's so disappointing because you think this big. It's like Elvis. Like oh my God, grew up, Elvis is beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Like, I loved Elvis. I thought Elvis was amazing. like cute too. Like I thought he was very attractive. And then you hear stories and you're like, ew.
Right?
I'm not about it anymore.
I got you. Oh, and I had to stop because of this. And that's a great topic, Tony. I'm on the roll, but I got to show you this because now I have amazing envy. And I try not to envy our guests, but I just got this picture from Ronnie, and look what he has. A custom Ronnie on Saturn Funko Pop.
Oh my God.
That is fantastic, and I am
With
beyond
the
jealous
black
of that.
cat.
I know, with the black cat and the pumpkin. That is so cool. I'm like jealous now. I got to get mine. I had mine old design. I just didn't pull the trigger and buy it. I don't know why, but Ronnie's got that. But yeah, a lot of people have turned the ick on Elvis through the years.
Especially with like the Priscilla movie coming out, and you're like, he was just an asshole. You know, love Elvis, R.I.P. But he was just not. I mean, some people are amazing at certain things, and with their personal relationships are just awful. It reminds me of that movie, Center Stage. She's like, Cooper, as a dancer, you're amazing, but as a boyfriend, you kind of suck.
Well done, too, by the way. We got a couple things to do real quick before we go because we're almost near the end, but I want to, if we run late, I don't care because we got to do these three things. First one is something that Jewel found. What is the most overrated tourist attraction in Pennsylvania? It's not a lot of love for poor Hershey Park, I got to say. Wow.
Oh, I love Hershey.
Hershey Park was getting slaughtered on that list.
Which is surprising because it has so many great things. Great rides, chocolate. Come on now. That's what I'm saying. I think the Liberty Bell, it's like you go, you see the crack. All right. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah, man, I'm done. It's got a crack in it. For me, I'm kind of with the people who say like Pat's and Geno's because, and you're spoiled living here. They're just not. There's so many more better. And don't get me wrong, like my brother and his family went down to Phillies game a couple weeks ago, and he said we ended up at Pat's. And he said it was okay, and it's neat to do it once in a while. Rule of thumb: bring your own ketchup. But
I hate when they don't give ketchup. I'm sorry, I need ketchup on my cheesesteak.
No, I don't like when they put a spoon in the ketchup and people are licking it and then putting it back in.
Well, not that. No.
Yeah, that's happened. I've seen it. BYOK. Bring your own ketchup. But I think some of the
delis anymore. Like the scooping out of.
The pickles. I'm glad the other Steve Steaks took their pickles off the counter.
Right.
Remember, we all have germs. But and somebody said Poconos was overrated.
What?
I don't buy that.
Poconos are beautiful. People travel to go to the Poconos. I think Lancaster is overrated. I mean,
a lot of people were saying Shady Maple. They're breaking my heart. I love Shady Maple.
What's that? Is that the smorgasbord?
Yeah. I'm like, you don't like Shady Maple?
People are just shitting on us for no reason.
But these are PA people. That's the scary part. But they all say, it's overhyped. Oh, I love Shady Maple.
I just can't think of anything west of here. Like, my little world consists of everything. Well, I do know State College. I lived there for 5 years. But, yeah, there's not much out there. There's really not. Besides Penn State.
Their football stadium. Overrated.
I think it's cool, though. I think it's cool as shit. Like, I almost think it's more impressive than the Link.
Wow. It holds a lot of people. It was good being there. I had a good time there, but.
I think it has like a more maybe homey feel than the Link. I don't know. I go to the Link and I'm like, this is weird sometimes. I just feel like distant.
I get you. And there's less connect and cold.
And the seats are like so scrunched.
Oh, they are. God.
Like I'm not going to a Phillies game and sitting in the rafters. Like I'm sitting down in Ashburn Alley or some shit.
Exactly. Me too. It's not a hidden secret anymore. Everybody knows it. I don't think me and you have done this yet. Did we do the bear versus man in the woods thing?
No, but I like this.
6 out of 7 women that were polled on TikTok said they would rather encounter a bear in the woods than a strange man if they were by themselves. And people have run off with the memes like the bear she told you was just a friend and stuff like that. Where are you gambling? You gambling with a strange man or a strange bear out in the woods?
A bear.
A bear.
This goes back. Watch Cat Person on Hulu again. Like, men are just scary. It's like the beginning line of Cat Person is men are afraid of women or people making fun of them. Women are afraid of men killing them.
Wow. Jesus. That gave me a chill
it's
down
true.
my back. Like I got a chill, like I'm twiddling my toes. And
you have a chance with a bear, but a scary man in the woods.
You're toast. Wow. A lot of people are saying, a lot of women are saying bear. Men are getting upset. Oh, well, what if this man saves your life? Well, he's probably still he's probably going to try and still get at least a cheap feel or something. It's just how men are.
Did you see? It was like a meme of it's a chick and little bear, and they're sitting in the forest. It's like chicks would prefer a little bear.
Do better, men. As we always say, do better. That is our credo here on the Yo Show.
I'm sorry, but let's take it from me. Your Yo Show
advice columns. Women
from the Yo Show.
Some good emoji love. Ronnie On Saturn, of course, with the heart. Love you. Edric Kelly, thank you. Who in the Room? Who was going to be at the Key Concert Series. They became fans of the show. Who in the Room band, checking us out tonight. Angie Burke, who says she is Ronnie's #1 fan. Ted Colgrove, Andrew Greco, and Obane Christopher. Thank you, everybody, for the emojis and love and checking the show out tonight. Coming up on the program, Jewel, we got a lot. We're going to run down some Wednesday night stuff, and starts off next Wednesday. Core PR brought us another a young artist, young man by the name of Malachi Gagnon. I think I said that right. He'll be with us next week, part of the Core PR family. We're happy to have them. May 21st, Joel, as you know, our dear, dear friends, Rachel Bello and B. Jennings, now forming King Cherry, and they're going to come out with their brand new song. You're only going to hear it here. Only here on the Yo Show. Nowhere else. King Cherry, right here. That's the 21st, May 28th, Joel. You're going to love this one. She did a Wednesday show with us before, coming back for a Tuesday night. Another Core PR artist, the amazing Presley Tennant, on May 28th. June 4th, I'm already excited. I'm already laughing and giggling and smiling as we bring back Kate Boytek on June 4th. She's got a brand new song out. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into her. We love her. West Virginia darling that she is. Such a sweetheart. Can't wait. June 11th, finally get back in touch with the band Vinland. Now, Vinland is one or two of the girls from Femmes of Rock are part of Vinland. Very unique look. It's a violin thing, and the dude's got this long golden blonde hair. Pretty wild. Finally got in touch with him to get them to come on the program. That's June 11th. We're going to book more between then, of course, after. And July 9th, we're gearing out our 300th episode. We haven't nailed down what it's going to be or how it's going to be. We just know it's going to be a night of 300. And hopefully I'm off the next day because I just want to explode and go wild and celebrate an amazing run.
Yeah. We have to plan accordingly. And June 11th, I'm going to be down the shore. We got to work that out, too. Hopefully I have Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. And if not, we could always we could find a backup, I'm sure. We don't like to, but if emergency breaks, we can do that. Don't forget.
That's going to be 21.
That's true. That's going to be 21. And that is, of course, of major importance. Our intern finally turning 21. Tomorrow night, again, we're going to do Yo 2.0. Again, when we had Twig on, the Boston connections just started flocking at us. And a band by the name of Task will be on our program tomorrow night with Vividly Vixen as guest co-host sitting in. She's getting big in the podcast scene, doing a lot of them. She's like, I love it. I enjoy it. You've really helped me out. So she loves guest co-hosting. Vividly Vixen tomorrow night. The band Task, our very special guest. Jewel and I, of course, the Key Concert Series is this Saturday. Get your tickets until tomorrow. keyconcertseries.ticketleap.com to get them for $15. There's 4 fantastic bands on the lineup. One of them is already here checking this out. Steal the Night, Burden of Guilt, Sacred Monsters, Who in the Room. You're getting all this for just $15 to buy online, $20 at the door, and all ages show, but 21 and over to drink. Please drink responsibly. Tranquility Brewing, The Fuse, bringing us this great event. SRR Promotions, The Yo Show, Key Concert Series this Saturday. And Sunday, I'll be home recovering in a lot of pain.
Yeah, I'm supposed to go fishing the next day. Lord help me.
Good luck with all that. All right, we're going to get out of here, Jewel, and we're going to leave with, again, this is one of my absolute favorite bands on earth. I love these dudes. It's Crooked Ways, and they just came out with a brand new song. I actually got to start it into right about there. They came out with a brand new song the other day called A Moment to Borrow. They came on our show and talked about it. We had a great time with them. And I said, guys, we want to play your song to get out of here. So they said, yeah, why not? Whatever you want. So we're going to play it here. It's brand new. You can go to www.crookedwaysband.com to get more information on them. This is their song, A Moment to Borrow. For Jewel, I am Jeff. We love you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Huge thanks to Ronnie on Saturn. We're going to leave his scroll down the bottom there as we exit. Jewel, better late than never. You're amazing. I love you. I'm looking forward to 300. Thank you so much for always being the yin to the yang here on Tuesday nights.
Hey, thank you. I'm sorry again. I feel so disrespectful for being late. I'm such a fan, and yeah, happy to be here. Woo!
No, I like
Ways.
yeah. I like the crowd in the comment section. Where's Jewel? Where's Jewel? Where's Jewel? Thank you, everybody. Man,
Thank
one
you.
of these weeks, I'm going to show up late and see how many. I'm going to show up late one week and see how many fools ask for where I'm at.
I can't do it by myself. I can't.
True. God
I
damn
can't
it.
go on without you.
Well, I'll have Cassie start. Well, no, I'll never get the show over.
You're at the helm. Lead the way, Jeff. Lead the way.
Thank you. And once again, a happy Nurses Week to my wife, Cassie.
Happy Nurses Week. I
Terrific
gave her a
working.
present. At least
And happy Teachers Week, too, Adam Kovitz.
Happy Teachers Week.
Happy Teachers Week, yeah.
Woo.
And it's
Happy Mother's Day.
happy Crooked Ways on the Air show. Let's get the hell out of here. It's Jeff again rambling.
All right.
I don't. People even steal that stick. Oh, I don't know when to stop talking. That's my stick. Take it off of your show. It's mine.
Okay.
I don't know
No.
when to stop talking. It's definitely time to leave on that note. Once again, what am I doing? Oh yeah, we're getting out of here with
Leaving.
Crooked.
We're
With
leaving.
Crooked Ways. Yeah, we're leaving with Crooked Ways. A Moment to Borrow. This song rocks. It's worth sticking around the last 4.5 minutes for. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Malachi Gagnon on the Yo Show. Good night.
Ah.
Bye.
They tell you to find purpose in life. It's a funny one. I do believe you're destined for great things. What do I know?
Take me away to find another time when you can say this was never going to go your way. The final act is mine to what you say. Trials lost in moments where they lay. Lost and drowned in a moment like this. Cast a dream past the veil that won't exist. Secret nights tucked away that come to light. Cast a stone, activate your fight or flight. A tattered shell of who you are. It's locked away, you've gone too far. Trust you can find in anyone. You can't pretend it isn't. I can't remember all the times you showed me where to surrender. Surrender all the life you owe me. Take me away to find another time when you can say this was never going to go your way. The final act is mine to what you say. Trials lost in moments where they pushed away and set up to fail. Those thoughts when you sleep that can't be real. Bringing out something that you know. Going back to a time it wasn't shown. What it becomes is nothing more than places that you've been before. This double vision telling lies. A light that darkens when it's I can't remember all the times you showed me where to surrender. Surrender all the life you owe me. You can't regret it, you can't forget it, you can't forget it now.
before it goes too far. This thought is gone before it starts. Dropped into places where we were, caught indecisive, never sure. Can you remember to forget and just surrender?